Well, over the years, on Africa 54, we've paid tribute to VOA's legendary ethnomusicologist Leo Sarkisian. For decades, Leo traveled across Africa and collected and created recordings for his weekly broadcast of Music Time in Africa, which first went on air in 1965 and still airs today. Now, those broadcasts from the past are now going digital, and audiences worldwide will have online access to them. Here to tell us more about the project is the current host of Music Time in Africa, Heather Maxwell. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Yeah, so first let's just ask one question. This idea, where did it come from? It's a great idea, though.
To digitize the collection?
To digitize this collection.
It came from a small group of individuals from the VOA and the University of Michigan. So here at the VOA side, it was myself and my predecessors, Matthew Lavoie, who many of you remember was the host for a few years, and then Leo Sarkisian. On the other side in University of Michigan, it was Professor Conway from the Information Sciences Department and Kelly Askew from the Anthropology Department. She's an expert in African music, and he is an expert in information sciences and how to preserve cultural heritage in a digital format.
Which is really great. And why is it important that people across the world should be able to access this music, some which were recorded like many, many decades ago?
Yes, well, it's important for many reasons. Number one, it is one of the world's greatest cultural resources. The first decade was in the 1965 to 75, which, as you know, was very important in African history when most of the sub-Saharan countries were becoming independent, and they were developing their own identities around their music cultures. So that is really important, that it's just a world resource, cultural resource. And then second, now American audiences worldwide can listen again for the very first time to these recordings that were recorded, were broadcast maybe one time.
And you know, I do take a lot of interest in old music, but you travel around too across the continent. Do you get the sense that even the younger generation is curious about music like what we can listen to on this kind of program?
I definitely do. They, even if they're very young, they respect their traditions, even if they don't actually listen to it a lot. It's important. And the older I see music listeners and even musicians in Africa get, the more important their cultural heritage becomes. So it's very important, also as a resource for universities in the U.S., in Africa, as a tool to teach about their heritage.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And now you inherited Leo Sarkisian's big shoes. But one other thing I know, apart from hosting the music, you are yourself a musician, and we have mentioned that many times on this program. What were your major highlights, or what was your major highlights in the music scene this year that is ending?
Me as Heather Maxwell, the artist?
Yeah.
I would have to say the collaboration I did with Wino in Kenya.
Yeah.
You know a little about that.
I know about that.
Yeah, we did a great collaboration, and I think we featured this here a couple weeks ago when you were absent. A beautiful love song, and I was able to sing in English and in Luo. We made a music video, but it was just a studio version. So in 2000, that was the highlight for me personally, because I was in Nairobi, I met him, we had a great connection. The music is beautiful, and we're moving forward with it.
We'll talk about it come 2017.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Heather, for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Right. Heather Maxwell of Music Time in Africa. You can also watch, log on to the Facebook and type in the keywords Music Time in Africa, and you can see what time our program can be heard in your area and get more information about some of our featured artists.